Welcome to Beyond Bitewings, the business side of dentistry, brought to you by Edwards and Associates PC. Join us as we discuss how to build your dental practice, optimize your income, and plan for your future. This podcast is distributed with the understanding that Edwards and Associates PC is not rendering legal, accounting, or professional advice. Listeners should consult with their business advisors before acting on any of the information that is shared. At Edwards and Associates PC, our business is the business of dentistry. For help or more information, visit our website at eandassociates.com. Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Bitewings. In today's episode, we will be talking about in-house patient plans. And to talk further about the subject matter, we actually have a guest on board. Her name's Katie Franklin, and of course our usual hosts, Robert.
Good afternoon.
And myself, Ash. So hello, Katie.
Hi guys, how are you?
We're great. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
How's the weather in St. Louis?
You know, actually, it finally feels like fall here today. It was 97 degrees here yesterday, and now it's the first day of fall, and I think the weather is right on cue. We're enjoying temperatures right around 65, so definitely doing the happy dance over here.
Well, Dallas hasn't found its way to fall yet, so.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's great to have you back.
Yes, it's always a pleasure being with you, Robert.
Sure.
Sounds good. So, Katie, would you mind telling our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I would love to. So I was actually a former dental office manager for a practice here in St. Louis, Missouri. And I managed the practice for about 5 years back in 2010 to 2015. And during that time as an office manager, we recognized the need to start our own in-office membership club. And so this was our opportunity to be able to shift away from being so insurance dependent and being able to offer our patients an alternative to traditional dental insurance. And it was very successful for our practice. The one hiccup that we had with it, however, was trying to manage it and trying to keep up with who all was signed up for the program and when their payments and renewals were due. And so we really started to recognize the need for a software component that could kind of take over the management and automation of the club. So now fast forward a few years, I am now the director of Illumitrack software. We are the nation's industry leader in providing dental membership club services. And one of the services that we do provide is helping practices to build out a software platform that will do just what I recognize the need is. Basically, it does manage and keep up with all of the member patients, and it automates all of the recurring monthly subscription payments.
Wow, that's amazing. Kudos to you, Katie.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So what exactly is an in-house membership plan?
Great question, Robert. So the best way that I like to describe a membership club is to think of it like subscription dentistry. It's kind of like the Netflix model where patients are going to sign up, they're going to pay their dentist a monthly subscription fee, and that ongoing monthly subscription fee is going to cover their preventive care for the year. And it's also going to allow them to receive additional discounts on any other treatment that they may need or want to have done. So when we're training practices on how to pitch this to their patients, we like to tell practices, think of this as like, a gym membership where patients are going to sign up, they're going to pay a low monthly fee for all of their preventive care. And this is also going to allow them to receive unlimited discounts on treatment throughout the year. So with subscription dentistry, the average consumer has about 12 subscriptions. And I'm sure, as you sit there and are thinking through all of the subscriptions that you have, you can probably name off several that you have purchased and have bought into as well. And it's the same way in dentistry. Patients appreciate having an affordable and easy way for keeping up with their routine care. And then they also appreciate the additional discounts that the membership can offer them, which helps to increase the treatment acceptance in the practice as well.
Okay. And I think there's a lot of confusion out there about whether or not this is an insurance plan.
There certainly is. And it all comes down to how you structure the membership club and if the relationship is between the dentist and the patient or the patient and a third-party vendor. So it's really important that when you are offering a membership club, that you do keep that relationship directly between the practice and the patient. So what I mean by that is the patient needs to sign up directly with the dentist and they need to pay the dentist directly for the membership fee. A lot of practices out there, a lot of the DIY membership clubs that we hear about, a lot of them are doing it in a way where they're charging their patients a one-time annual fee to purchase the membership club. And up until recent times, that was okay. But because of all of the changes that we're seeing and all of these practices that are wanting to shift away from being in network with so many PPOs, they're really starting to crack down on how membership programs can be offered. What I mean by that, the state of Washington, for example, was the first state recently to completely shut down annual membership clubs because they're classifying it as prepaid dental care. So in the state of Washington, the way that offices are able to do it is more the subscription model. And that's what we here at Illumitrack, we promote. We want to stay consistent and above board in all states. And so we promote it as a monthly subscription where patients are not paying a lump sum of money up front for services not yet rendered.
Okay. And are these plans really for people that don't have insurance, or could insurance patients also take advantage of a membership plan?
So it's definitely an advantage for the uninsured patients to sign up and be part of the membership club model, just because it is going to give them access to quality, affordable dental care, and it's going to allow them to spread out those payments in that monthly subscription model. However, it's still really important for practices to present this as an option to their patients who do have insurance, because what we find is that a lot of times if patients are self-employed, for example, and they have self-funded insurance plans, a lot of times they're really frustrated with the premiums they're paying and the terrible coverage that they're getting with those insurance plans. So a lot of times by presenting an alternative to those patients, they will very willingly want to drop their dental insurance and convert over to the practice's membership club model, which is a win-win for both the practice and the patients. Our best practice recommendation is never to combine the two. So if the patient does still want to utilize their insurance, then our recommendation is not to combine it with membership. However, we do still encourage practices to talk to all of their patients about this option, just for those situations where patients are ready to convert over to a membership club model.
And when you help people set up these membership plans in their office, do you, I guess the question is there one set of guidelines you follow, or is it really up to the individual office to set their own guidelines?
With the Illumitrack software, we allow offices to be in complete control. So with our membership clubs, it is completely customizable. So what we do is we schedule a series of 3 calls to get a new practice onboarded. And the first call is a discovery call, where we really want to learn about their practice and about their patients. And we really want to understand how they would like to offer a membership club within their practice. Our software will allow for up to 7 custom membership club options that the software can manage for the practice. And during that discovery call, we also want to take a look at their master fee schedule, because what we want to do is, based on everything they share with us and based on what they're wanting to offer and what they're wanting to include with their membership, we want to be able to recommend to that practice, based on their master fees, what a healthy membership fee range would be that is still going to provide a savings to their patients, but also generate recurring profitability for the practice as well. So then the second call is our finalization call, where we present all of our recommendations to the practice, but it is completely up to them to decide what those final club options and price points will be. At that point, we will schedule a training with their team, and we like to do the training in two parts. We like to do one part with the entire staff, where we really help them to get on board as a team, to all be on the same page, to understand the benefits of membership, and to provide them with verbiage and scripts on how to present it as an option to their patients. The second part of the training is a training just with the front office, showing them how to use the software and also showing them how the software can work alongside with their practice management software as well.
Okay. And are the benefits under a membership plan similar or better than an insurance program for a patient?
Well, it depends on how the office decides to customize their membership club. But most of the time, it's done in a way where the membership club option is a better overall value for the patient. So typically, it's the preventive care services that are included with membership. And then there's usually an unlimited discount above and beyond what's included. So unlike insurance, for example, a lot of practices will choose to have a perio club option. And the perio club option will be for those patients who have periodontal disease, who are on a 3 or 4 month recare. And the nice thing about the perio membership club option is that with a lot of insurance plans, it's only covering the 2 cleanings. But with a perio membership club option, the doctor can decide to build in the 3 or 4 perio maintenance cleanings and have those all be included under that membership option. The other thing is that we know with insurance, it's usually $1,000 or $1,500 yearly max, and it's not really insurance. It's just a coupon. And once that coupon is used up, there are no additional benefits for that patient to receive for that year. And we know that, quicker than ever before, patients are using up their benefits just because more and more preventive services are being applied towards that yearly max. Whereas with a membership club model, preventive's always covered, and then the unlimited discount on any additional treatments. There are no frequencies, waiting periods, there's no yearly maximums. So it's an unlimited discount that extends, above and beyond for anything that they're needing or wanting to have done.
I see. Now, would you say that all of these things would have to be in one package, or would it be possible for the dentist to maybe have like 3 sets of packages, like a basic one, a premium one, and an elite one?
Yeah, great question. Doctors get really creative with how they want to customize their membership club. I would say the 3 most standard plans that I've seen the past 8 years of doing this, child, adult, and perio seem to be the 3 most standard. Now, I have seen, like what you were just asking, I have seen where offices want to do like silver, gold, and platinum. And it's kind of like the whole mentality of you get what you pay for. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times the silver club option will be at a lower fee per month than the platinum option, but the platinum option may include more services and offer a greater discount on additional treatments. So that's the beauty of it, is that these clubs can really be catered to the practice and their patients and what they feel is going to be, received the best by their clientele.
And you've mentioned several times about a discount, unlimited discounts or discounts on restorative work. And is there a limit on that?
Again, it's customizable. Typically, our recommendation is to set just a blanket discount percentage off of their master fee schedule that they're willing to offer to these member patients. But, sometimes offices will do tier discounts, or I just onboarded an office the other day and they wanted to exclude their discount from Invisalign and Botox services. So it really is up to each individual provider how they want to offer that. But it is meant to be, just a flat discount percentage off of their master fee for whatever services they're willing to fall under that discount percentage.
And I know on a lot of insurance plans, you have a maximum that's allowable per every 6 months or every year
Right.
for crowns, for instance, or for
Yep.
cleanings. How about membership plans?
None of that. Again, no frequencies, no waiting periods, no limitations, no yearly maximums. That's the beauty of membership, is that it really allows doctors to regain control of their practice, their fees, and the care that they're delivering to their patients. And it really allows patients to have access to great quality care at a very affordable price without all of those limitations that they're up against when they are dealing with traditional insurance.
Wow.
So which patients would be the perfect candidates for this? I mean, obviously, if someone doesn't have insurance, I guess that would be good. If you had a practice that was all fee for service, would this be a candidate for this type of plan?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, Robert, because I feel like it's important to understand the ideal patient for a membership club. But I also feel like a question that comes up a lot is trying to understand what type of practice should implement a membership club model. So let's talk about the patient first. So it's good for all of the uninsured patients. It's a great model to get them to buy into, because what it's going to do is it's going to motivate them to come in more regularly. It's going to motivate them to do more treatment. And so we know, that the average cash patient usually visits the dentist once every 11 months. And so we know that our fee-for-service patients, they're not coming in twice a year like we're recommending. And they're not coming in for that second visit because of the extra expense involved with coming 2 times a year. Whereas with membership patients, they're more likely to pre-appoint for their next 6-month cleaning. They're more likely to keep those appointments because they've already paid for it. And it's also a great last minute cancellation tool to be able to pull your list of membership patients and to be able to call them and say, hey, Mr. Smith, we just had a 2:00 opening today. I know you love 2:00 appointments. Why don't we get you in? You're part of our membership club. Your appointment today is already paid for. And so it's a great way to fill those last minute holes in your schedule as well. And then we also know that fee for service patients a lot of times will sit for years on their outstanding treatment reports for the simple fact that it's extra expense to do that extra work. Whereas with the membership club model, not only can we get them in more regularly, but we can motivate them to move forward with that treatment because of the discount. So for uninsured patients, it's a complete no-brainer, and it builds that loyalty with your patients as they're buying into this model. But like I mentioned earlier, it's even great to be able to offer this as an alternative to the patients that are frustrated with their insurance plans, letting them know that they have an out and another option to turn to that is going to provide them with better overall care. Now, for the dentist, general dentist, pediatric practices, and perio practices are the 3 types of dental offices that should all be considering doing a membership club. And I don't care if they're a new dentist or they're a fee-for-service dentist or they're in network with 20 PPOs or they're thinking about retiring. I don't care what the situation is. A membership club is becoming a must-have for all of those dentists. And it's the way of the future. It's the way that our profession is heading. And obviously for new dentists, it's going to build patient loyalty. For fee-for-service practices, more fee-for-service practices are starting to recognize how tough the competition is. And more of them are starting to recognize the need or the desire to do something to increase their profits. And one of the ways of doing that and not having to go down the path of joining the PPOs is by doing your own in-office membership club. Obviously, right now, a lot of practices that are at wit's end with their insurance contracts, a lot of them are looking for ways to be successful at getting out of the PPO networks. And a membership club is such an important thing to have in place prior to making those transitions, because this is going to help serve as a retention tool as you do go out of some of those networks. And then the retiring dentist, a lot of times they'll tell me that they wish they would have met me 10 years ago because they would have been all over this idea. But I always remind them that it's never too late to start something great. And if you can implement a membership club now, and have your patients bought into this model of care where it's building loyalty with your practice, when you do look to sell, your potential buyer is going to be very excited about the membership club model that you already have in place for them. And it could potentially help your practice to appraise for a higher value when you do look to sell. So I always like to remind them that it's never too late to get started with something great.
Man, you said a lot of all the key phrases that our listeners would love to listen to here. Number one, greater retention. Number two, increase your profits. Number three, your software being completely customizable.
Yes.
Now, tell us one more thing, Katie. How quickly, if they decide to work with you, how quickly will they be able to implement this?
As quick as they would like is the answer I can give them. So here's how the process works. And I'll tell you, I just came back from ADOM, the office manager conference. And there are a lot of membership companies on the market. Like, we can't hide from that fact. But when I decided to join Illumitrack as a former office manager, having kept up with a membership club on my own, I wanted to be part of a company that I truly felt was the best on the market, and one that I would want to implement in my practice if I were still managing it. And so I took a lot of time, and I spent several hours and several evenings when my kids went to bed researching all of the membership platforms out there. And there were 4 that I found attractive. And so I reached out, and I was so blessed. I interviewed with all 4. I was offered positions with all 4, but I ultimately chose Illumitrack because it truly is the best option on the market, in my opinion. It's a well thought out product. It's a super user-friendly, super intuitive software. It's quick and easy to get started. We can have a club fully launched within 2 weeks. And even for offices that have been trying to do it on their own for years, or offices that have been working with other companies that maybe they're tired of paying the ongoing fees with those companies, we can help transition them easily over to our platform as well. And I think for me, I think it's important for the listeners to understand the pricing model, because I think with Illumitrack, it's genius, the pricing model that they've come up with. And that was one of the things that really attracted me to wanting to be part of this company. So with Illumitrack, offices sign up with us, and they basically purchase their software license. And the software license retails for $4.99. That's a one-time fee. But because of our relationship with Robert, I've worked with Robert for years. He's been a great referral source for me. So because of my relationship with Robert, I am willing and able to give your listeners and your clients a promotional price. So basically, they would sign up with us. They would purchase their software license. It would be a one-time payment of $149. And there is no catch to that. Now, sometimes it sounds too good to be true. And so I feel the need to explain why there is not a catch to that. So our overhead here at Illumitrack, which includes the credit card processing fee. So that's something else. Like, they are not going to have to pay credit card fees separately to have the software working. Our credit card fees are factored into our overhead. So our average overhead is $4 per member per month. So when we're customizing the membership club for a practice, and we're going through the little exercises to make the best recommendation to them of what they should charge to, have this be a win-win for both them and the patient. If the doctor decides to charge $30 a month for the membership club, we're going to then ask the doctor if they're okay with charging $34 a month, because then they're going to get to keep their $30 that they wanted to charge. And our overhead, that average $4 per member per month, also gets paid by the patient. And so we're passing that overhead through to the patient, which only makes sense to me because doctors are already giving a slight discount by offering a membership club. And it's the patients that are benefiting from this service and from the discounts that are being offered. So the patients should be the ones paying for the service, unlike, some of the other models where they truly are nickel and diming the dentist. So I love that I can say to a dentist, work with us. We're going to power your membership club. We're going to support you. We're going to provide you with marketing tools and resources to help you grow your membership. And the best part about it is that it's a one-time fee to purchase your license, and then it's yours to use.
That's outstanding. And I really appreciate you offering the discount to our listeners. So
Absolutely.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure, Robert.
Ash, is there anything else we need to ask Katie before we end the session?
No, I don't have any questions here unless Katie has some final points or notes.
Katie, anything else to add?
I don't. I guess maybe the one other thing I would mention is that if the listeners are interested in learning more, I would recommend that they go online and sign up for an online demo. And they can do that by going to illumatrack.com. So that would be the best way to.
You want to spell that for them?
Absolutely. ILLUMITRAC.com.
Okay, super. Outstanding.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being with us here today, Katie.
Thank you for having me. It was a true honor.
Well, we had a lot of fun, and I know it was very educational, not just for our listeners, but
for us
me
as
too.
well. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, if I can help you or any of your clients or listeners in any way, Robert, you know how to get a hold of me. So feel free to share my contact info.
What I was going to say, you'll hear from us. So
sounds good. Sounds great. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again for the opportunity.
Thanks for listening today. Be sure to subscribe to Beyond by Wings on your favorite podcast platform. For more information, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, or reach out to us on our website. You can also shoot us an email at info@eandassociates.com.